closing arguments sound more complicated than what it actually is. Hi, my name is Aslamullah and I am a registered attorney. In today's video, I'm going to be talking to you about how to prepare a set of closing arguments for your disciplinary hearing case. In other words, what steps go into the process of preparing closing arguments. So what is closing arguments? Closing arguments are essentially a summary of your case that you give at the end of your disciplinary hearing. What are the different kinds of closing arguments? There are two kinds. Number one, written closing arguments, and number two, verbal closing arguments. Obviously, as the name implies, written means you submit it in writing, emailed to the chairperson. Verbal means you say it verbally towards the chairperson. Between the two, go for written closing arguments because it helps you to structure your closing arguments in a much more organized way. Now that we covered what is closing arguments, what are the types, the last one is how to prepare closing arguments. The first step is to understand your case again. Put the bare outline of your case on paper. What are the charges against you? What are your defenses to the charges? Now that you've written that out, on the left-hand side, what were the witnesses against you? What did they say? On the right-hand side, what was your case against those witnesses? In other words, what evidence did you lead against those witnesses? And you want to highlight to the chairperson that the witnesses and the evidence that was led against you under each of the charges were rebutted or were defeated by the evidence that you led under your own testimony or the documents that you provided during your part of the hearing. You want to show to the chairperson that your evidence is more stronger, more compelling than the employer's evidence. Unfortunately, it's a process of balancing and it does require you to apply your mind to it. Now, what should you be looking for in particular? Dates, times, inconsistencies, essentially anything that can prove that your version is more accurate, more probable than the employer's version. And that's how you go about closing arguments. So in summary, closing arguments are a summary of your case. You get verbal and written. And number three, you go about preparing it by putting the evidence in a structured chronological order under each of the charges. If you would like help in your situation, whether that's preparing for a CCMA case or a disciplinary hearing, or even preparing a set of closing arguments for your case, you're more than welcome to click the link below and book an appointment with our office. I wish you all the best and I'll speak to you soon.